Hi, it's Dot here from Ink Art Designs. I'm just jumping on to show you a quick background technique that uses alcohol inks, and I'm choosing a green and purple, but we'll do a couple of different combinations, and blue and green. So they're the two colour combinations that we'll be doing. A couple of stencils that I'll be using are from the Crafters Workshop. One is Ocean Window and the other is Blooming Garden. So this is how we do the alcohol ink backgrounds. With the green and blue, what we'll do is sprinkle on the alcohol ink like so onto the gel plate, a little bit of blue as well, and then with a brayer just quickly go over it and spread the alcohol ink out like that, and then roll off onto a scrap piece of card to clean your brayer. Alcohol ink dries really fast, which makes it really good to work with. It'll be touch dry in a matter of 10 seconds. What we then do is put a stencil over the top. This is Blooming Garden, and just make sure it's connected to the gel plate underneath like that. And we'll go in with the blue and be generous like that, and roll it as best you can over your gel plate and the stencil like so, spreading it out. If you want to put a bit more on, if you think you've missed a couple of places. It's quite transparent. It's really hard to see where the alcohol is and where it isn't. Okay, then all you do is lift that off like that. You can kind of see the pattern. I'll bring it up and show you. Can you see the pattern that's been left? I'm going to just quickly dry it just to speed it up a little bit. I don't want to do too much with the heat gun on top of the gel plate, just enough to dry off the alcohol ink. Then I'm going to grab some white paint and put that over the top of the gel plate as well. So there's not much left in this, but we'll see. Should be enough. Should be enough. Just like that. And spread the white paint evenly over the top. Not too thick, not too thin. And I think it's a practice thing to get that thickness correct. So the more times you have a go at it, you'll get to know what the right consistency is. I think when you have peaks forming with the paint, it's far too thick. You just want it thin like that. Then going down with the paper. The paper that I'm using is white cardstock, so I'm not using glossy cardstock for this technique at all. I'm not using photograph paper. I'm not using Yupo. I'm just using white cardstock. It's a mixed media cardstock that I have at Ink Art Designs. Give it a nice firm pressure all over. You can lift up one corner and see. Oh yes, that's lifting off nicely. Wow. Oh yes. And check this out. Look at that. Do you like that? You can see the green and blue in the background that we put down first. Then you can see the blue that we put through the stencil. And then the wet paint on top helps lift the whole lot off. And I've ended up with a clean gel plate at the end of it. So we'll do another one. That was really quick, wasn't it? Okay, so just to show a different colour combination, something nice and bright with the purple. Go in with the brayer again, like that, and just spread it, make sure it's nice and thin. Don't need anything too thick. And I'm rolling that off. I'll use that card to dry it a little bit. There we go. Alcohol ink dries really fast. You don't need to stress too much when you're using alcohol ink. Make sure that that's touching everywhere on your gel plate. Normally when you put purple and green together it makes brown, but that's dry. It's not coming off onto my fingers at all, so it won't mix. It'll stay purple and brown. And we go in again with the brayer and spread that green alcohol ink all over the gel plate. And like before, if you think that you may have missed a few places, don't be shy. Go in with a bit more alcohol ink, like so. Like that. Clean your brayer each time that you do it. Lift that off. I don't know if you can see the pattern. Not sure how that shows up on the camera. I'm just going to speed up the drying process. That was only a matter of seconds. Nothing's coming off on my hands, so that's pretty good. And we'll see. Oh. Just need a little bit of paint, white paint. You can use any light coloured paint. It's just putting down a wet coating of a light colour. That's the general rule when you want to lift off something from underneath. And again, just so that there's no soft peaks coming up, while that's still wet, pop your normal cardstock down. The wet paint grabs onto the alcohol ink and the whole lot will lift off. That's generally how it's meant to work. So hopefully this will work. Give it a nice pressure. Make sure that you rub all over it. You could of course go in with your brayer and do it like that, but I just tend to go in with my fingers. Again, lift it up in one corner, have a look. Yes, that's pretty good. Oh, not too bad. And that's how that print has turned out. So there are two prints that we've made. Quick and easy, and that's using alcohol ink on a brayer onto your gel plate and lifting off with white ink. Once you've got that, you can go in with a cutout image and simply put a white image over the top. I could cover that with flowers, with animals, with butterflies, whatever I like. I hope you have a go at the alcohol inks on your gel plate. You can see the gel plate has come up clean. There's no alcohol ink left behind. The white paint has grabbed it and lifted the whole lot off. Until next Wednesday, I hope you enjoyed this stamping tip. Bye for now.